How reliable are AI benchmarks? Can we depend on them to provide a true measure of an AI model's performance? Well, according to Philipp Schmid, technical lead at Hugging Face, it's not that straightforward. Schmid argues, benchmarks are essential to compare models with each other, to get a first level of understanding where a company or an individual should start building similar models. But he adds a caveat, especially academic benchmarks. Those are very static and don't address real use cases. Also, there's a lot of potential data contamination. Take the Massive Multitask Language Understanding, MMLU, a popular benchmark. It's a data test with multiple choice questions. If this data is online and wasn't removed from the model's training set, the model could have seen those questions before. This means it could perform better than a different model, which hasn't seen the questions yet. Schmid has been working on the Hugging Face platform for 4 years, having joined in the early days to work on Hugging Face's cloud integration. He later spearheaded the integration with Amazon Web Services and expanded it to Azure, NVIDIA, and other major cloud and hardware partners. Schmid is a staunch advocate for open source AI, stating, "Open source is the only right way of solving AI. We have learned from traditional software development that open source is much safer and robust than closed source because more people are looking at it." According to Schmid, transparency is crucial when dealing with the unpredictable outcomes of generative AI. Open source allows users to trace any issues or peculiarities back to their source. Questions like, was there biased data in my training dataset? Was there bias within the model? Can I ever see how the different tokens are predicted? Can be answered through open source. In contrast, Schmid points out, that's just not possible if you have a black box API where you know nothing about it. We don't know if any of the closed source providers add a layer of a different model which does some checks or which removes other words and behavior changes, which I think is super critical for companies to adopt AI in practical use cases. So in summary, while benchmarks provide an initial comparison point, they should not be the sole measure of an AI model's performance. Real-world use cases and open-source practices are key to ensuring reliable, unbiased, and transparent AI development and implementation.